guys, Edmond.
Hi.
Dan Carpini. We've just taken a look at 007 Legends, which is the new Bond.
James Bond,
James Bond.
First-person shooter from the guys who made GoldenEye and GoldenEye Reloaded.
Yeah. So what do you think, Ed?
Because
this is, there's a pretty high bar for
yeah.
video games.
I mean,
based on
did you
the
play the
Bond franchise.
GoldenEye reboots? At all?
No, I saw them at E3.
Oh, good. I played a few of them, and I thought they were, pretty faithful to GoldenEye. And so basically, what they showed us was the level Moonraker, based off the movie Moonraker. So what the game is, it's basically 6 different movies.
Technically, it's 6, yeah.
6 different Bond films.
5 on disc plus some freebie DLC coming later.
Yeah, that's right. So they showed us the first mission they unveiled, which was Moonraker. It felt very GoldenEye-esque. And that's what really caught me to begin with. It's like, this is just like GoldenEye, but with, the older movies.
Yeah.
But the one thing to point out, though, is that they completely modernized it. So, despite being, what was it, 60s, Moonraker?
Yeah.
Like, Bond had a smartphone and, like, modern, like, rifles.
And Daniel Craig plays the part of Bond all the way through all of the different roles, but he
no
doesn't...
voice, though.
No voice or likeness because it conflicted with...
No, I think the likeness is there.
Maybe they just...
Although we didn't see it because it's first person.
Yeah,
so
I think if they've got that, they probably took it from the last
that's right.
James Bond game.
Just recycling those textures.
Just because it obviously clashed with the new movie that's coming out.
That's right.
So they showed off... Mostly the Moonraker stuff was all happening on Earth, so the non-moonraking part.
Yeah, the part where they try to board the shuttle to get to the moon, I think.
Yep.
And when he's stealing intelligence and taking photographs with his smartphone.
And yeah, it's really gadget heavy. There was the dart pen that you could use to either distract people or to knock them out.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Which was kind of nifty. There was the smartphone that you could use to, I think it was called the EMFU, which is a terrible, it's a terrible name. But they'd use that to follow like energy sources and cables back to the junction
it's like X-ray
box.
vision,
Yeah,
essentially.
so you could like turn off switches. And then there was a Jaws fight.
Yeah, the Jaws fight, that's where it kind of dropped the ball for me. I mean, I'm sure it's still early times, but I wasn't sure whether it was like cutscene or a QuickTime event. It was all happening in first person, and Jaws was kind of like strangling you and trying to bite your face off.
Yeah.
But I only saw like one button prompt, and that was to, just mash A to get him off you. And
they did say after the fact that it was a mixture, because there was a skip option, that it was, I think, a mixture of cutscene and QuickTime event. And,
and they mentioned that
it's slimmed down for
there's a lot of melee attacks that you have to do yourself. So at the point where Bond picked up a pipe, you were, I guess, supposed to do those ones. And a health bar appeared above his head.
Yeah, just kind of beat Jaws for a bit, and then he bent the bar, bit of metal, and then he threw us off the side of the... Yeah, so we jammed a power cable in his mouth. Which is pretty cool. Yeah, no, like reliving those Bond movie moments is very cool. But a lot of, like the shooting didn't really seem that weighty, especially compared to all the other shootings we've seen at the show this year. And the stealth for me was weird, because they're selling this as it's not quite a go out there and, kill someone or hit them with a tranq gun and then pull them to a spot where they won't get spotted, because there's a whole
you can't drag
system.
the bodies.
No. So you really have to either distract someone with the pen or wait until they get to a certain point and then just drop them and hope that they don't get spotted.
Which is kind of like old school GoldenEye, which is okay, but I think dragging bodies is pretty essential these days. Right?
Yeah, and most games that have a similar sort of spy element. Yeah. And then there was another point where you were forced to do stealth, and I got the impression from the developers that if you were spotted, you actually failed the mission.
Yeah, that really irked me too.
Which was strange, considering they gave you the option of stealth previously, or the option to go loud and just shoot.
They mentioned at the beginning that you can go in guns blazing, but apparently if you're detected, armored enemies come in for reinforcements, so it'll be a lot more difficult.
So it's advantageous to play the game as a stealth title, which makes sense.
James Bond, right? You're a spy.
You're not just going to go in there and waste fools with a machine gun, unless it needs to be done.
A really crappy Bond might do that.
So Ed, final thoughts? Did you like the look of this one?
I have my reservations, but I'll still keep an eye out for it, because I did enjoy GoldenEye.
Yep.
You?
I think I think it's one that has potential, but we saw a couple of rough edges. But one cool thing that we mentioned earlier is that there are 5 main episodes, but then there'll be a 6th which will be free, which is Skyfall, which is based on the upcoming movie, and that's going to be free.
Yeah, free
so people
DLC.
will be able to get an extra 1/5 of the game after the fact for nada, which is always nice. But it'll be out on October 16th on all the major platforms, so stay tuned for more.